was really Love Is War season 3, but for something about it has really lost its magic to me. But now that we've come into Jigmoni, just it's a more refreshing romance anime. I like my romance, but that's basically it. It's doesn't invent anything new. It basically recycles the whole, oh man, look at this cute waifu, and she's really in love with her boyfriend and will do anything to protect him kind of vibe. But it's good. It's good. It's really heartwarming, and it's food for the soul.
Interesting.
I don't know how I feel about that though, because, bro, I started the first couple of episodes, and every single time I just saw myself disinterested in it.
That's fine. That's how I felt when I first tried to watch Komi.
But how many? Oh, Komi wasn't that bad though.
I did not like it.
I did not continue watching after like the first season.
I did not watch after the first third episode.
Like, did the first episode hook you into the?
No, this has been a slow burn.
Okay.
The show's definitely a slow burn.
Okay.
You're not gonna get into it till like episode 5, but it really burns you into it.
The animation's cool though. I will.
It
give
is
that.
very nice.
I will get that. All right, Richard.
Let's see. Anime recommendation of the week. I don't know if I've ever spoken to any of you about this one, but my friend and I have been talking about it lately because it hasn't been out like for a while now. And we've been waiting for next season, but it's a Haikyuu. It's a volleyball anime.
Yes, Richard.
Yes.
Ah,
And dude,
Fire.
it's so fire.
So good.
If you like sports and anime, this is, even if you don't know anything about volleyball, they explain everything about it while keeping it interesting at the same time. And it's just amazing. It'll have you like, it had me jumping up in my room, like I was rooting for LeBron in the finals. But yeah, I'm dying for it to come back. Hopefully, I believe at the end of this year we'll be getting it back.
Yo, Richard's really understanding. This is honestly probably the best sport anime you will ever see.
Oh, 100%.
I agree. Yeah.
100%.
100%. I remember I used to think it was so whack at first because I was like, dude, volleyball? Really?
How exciting.
And now, how
10 episodes
exciting
later,
can it be?
10
This
episodes
man-
later, spike that.
Nice receive, nice receive.
And you know what's crazy? It gives
Nice
you the
kill.
same.
Nice keep.
It gives you the same type of feeling that like any other action anime would like
Yeah.
would
Yes,
give you,
yes.
which I think
Oh.
it's actually super cool the way that it kind of like
Mhm.
brings you into it. It's kind of like oh shit, I didn't really think I could feel this way about volleyball. You know, like I don't know, like when it comes to storytelling and character development and rooting for the main
Tension
character,
building.
Yeah.
and tension building, yes,
That shit has you on the edge
On
of
the-
your seat
yep.
No,
every
for real.
game.
Ex-
Even if they're like dominating, you're on the edge of your seat.
You're
Like,
still-
oh my god.
yes.
And apparently that's how volleyball matches in Japan are in real life too.
That'd
Like
be
those
lit.
huge crowds with
really?
the banners. I'm sure that's super hype.
I've only ever watched volleyball in the Olympics.
Yeah, same. That's literally the only place.
Pretty
I
much.
think. Oh my god! All right, Carlos.
All right. The last one that I just finished watching, it was Ranking of the Kings, and I love that one.
Yes.
I absolutely adored the whole show. It's a very short show, so you can watch it like in a day or two, but you just can't help but root for the literally the littlest guy, and he has so much of a struggle with everything that it's constantly taking away and picking at him and then he finds that one friend and it's just just pushes him to become broken basically, and every character is key to the story. Every character that's introduced is it's not like they're gonna just disappear and be like, oh, I don't remember that guy's name, but definitely recommended. I loved it.
What's it called again?
Ranking of the Kings.
Bro, I would have to
Gotta
give
watch
this
that.
one 100% to Norland because if it wasn't for Norland, I would have never watched it.
I put them on.
Yeah, I actually didn't like the
first.
first episode. I
Yeah.
saw the first half
On
of the
God.
episode and I was like,
This is if I'm not wrong, my recommendation of last time.
Yeah,
as
it was.
well,
Yeah, the
right?
last time we
Oh,
That's how
recommended
good it
anime.
fucking
Okay,
is.
That's how good it
And
is,
that's
man.
how
It's-
valid I will respect
Yeah,
that. Like,
that's good.
It's such a
I
great.
loved it.
because people see the art style and they see the main character and they're like, oh, this is a kid's show. No.
No, not at all.
Not even close.
Yeah.
At all. And I don't know, just character development, which is the exact same thing I said last. Bro, it's just beautifully fucking
Yeah.
done.
And it's every character.
Correct.
It's not just the main character.
The main character and then the side character, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's every single one. Like you can
Mhm.
tell they were put into really great detail
Yeah.
when it came to actually making their story and who they
Yeah.
are and who they're supposed to be.
It's super cohesive and I love that.
All right. As for me, I'm gonna go with Villain Saga.
Ooh.
Season 2, baby.
Season
Yes,
2,
Angel.
and I can't wait.
Loved it.
Bro, and it's crazy because the first season, I remember when it first came out, I was like, dude, again, really, what the fuck is this? Like, am I really gonna watch this?
And then like 3 episodes in, when,
Before
when
even
that damn-
anything, the fucking opening is beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I will listen to that at the gym.
Yeah, no, it gets you hyped
Like,
for real. Yeah.
for real. And the fact that it also does the same thing, kind of where it goes how Ranking of Kings was to me, how story development wise and character development
mhm,
kind of just go in hand to hand, and it's not even slow. Like you would
No.
think it is, but not at all. This man is ruthless, killing people at like the age of what, 13, 12?
13,
Yeah,
14,
yeah.
yeah.
That's fucking crazy to me. And it's like the fact that season 2 got announced, and I feel like people are gonna think that it's gonna be the exact same way, but it's not.
The crazy thing about
And
that
it's
Villain Saga 2 is it was such a sleeper hit because it was streaming on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't watch it. But in an age where people are like bored of revenge stories and the story of revenge has gotten kind of stale and they feel like it's like hasn't progressed, it's the same story. Watch Villain Saga. It is such a refreshing take on an old story, and it is incredible.
not only that, fucking dude, like, but that's the thing. That's the main thing that I'm worried about, and I hope that people can understand, like, how season 2, when it does come out, it's not gonna be as action packed.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's more political.
But it's beautifully still done though. Like,
Yeah.
it still keeps the same like storytelling aspect of it, and it still keeps you hooked. Kind of like how, in a way, Tokyo Avengers is as well.
Yeah.
Now,
I felt a lot of that also with Tokyo Ghoul. Because Tokyo Ghoul, like, they thrust you into this world of, like, oh my god, look at this. We're like new age vampires in Tokyo that eat people. And then when you get into, like, the societal aspect, it gets really good. This is for the manga, by the way. The anime
Thank
for
you.
Tokyo Ghoul is
Thank you.
straight
I
cheeks.
I was about to get to be like manga only, right?
This is the
Like,
manga, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you find
'Cause-
yourself, it's the same conversation we had with Attack on Titan,
Oh,
right?
100%.
You start with the action, but then you stick for the politics.
Yep.
But still, Attack on Titan was done beautifully.
Yeah.
Manga
Same
and
thing with
anime
Vinland
wise,
Saga.
Tokyo Ghoul was just mangas like strictly.
Yeah.
Like there was no justice done. But supposedly we are getting a reboot.
Oh my god, we're gonna get Tokyo Ghoul Brotherhood?
I hope.
Maybe
but
I'll wait till then to watch it because
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably,
All I've heard is,
It's probably for
uh,
the best.
The first season was good. and
either
then-
one of the openings or the closings is really fire. I
Opening.
the
Yeah,
opening, the
opening,
first
okay.
opening.
It's super iconic.
There you
There you go. There you go.
Come on, the good you are.
Literally. All right. To get into today's topic, what is everybody's opinion on Hunter x Hunter? Like, if I asked you to rate it from a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it? Norland?
Oh fuck, dude, that's hard. Okay. Storytelling wise, character development work wise, power scaling, power system, and everything. It has every major long running shonen almost beat. If the author finished it, I would consider it a 10 out of 10. But honestly, because of how long we've been waiting, and the manga, the anime ended in a perfect place. The manga's still ongoing, and they're on a fucking boat, whatever. We'll get into that later. But I have to give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a beautiful piece of work. It definitely beats all of its competitors in the same genre, i.e. Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, so on and so forth, in terms of storytelling and characters. Well, maybe it probably doesn't beat One Piece in characters. It definitely beats it in story arcs, but at the same pace. The big thing that holding it back is the fact that it didn't finish, or it's not even continuing very frequently.
Okay. I mean, I can see that, and you're actually correct with when it comes to like story wise and how cohesive it is. I feel like there really was no gap for filler. Everything was just
Everything felt important.
Yep.
yeah, correct.
Everything felt
As
important.
opposed to like where sometimes you have Naruto where it has like 5 episodes full of fillers back to back, or One Piece. Even though One Piece still does it a little bit better in my opinion than Naruto does when it comes to fillers,
Mhm.
but I will agree with it. Bleach, fuck Bleach. If you ever see
Like you're talking to like one of probably the biggest Bleach fan in this room, but fuck Bleach.
dog,
Fuck Bleach.
There's so
like,
many
Bleach is the
episodes you
king
can
of
skip.
introducing characters and then just making them useless.
yeah,
Right? In Hunter x Hunter, like literally Gon meets his friends for the entire series in episode 1.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they are important. He meets his main villain literally in the first arc, and it
Mhm.
translates through literally
Throughout the
almost
whole
every
story.
single arc,
Yeah.
almost every single story that interacts there, right? Well, that's even if you want to call Hisoka a villain, right? He's more starts as a villain,
I feel like
transitions
he's
to
more
an
like an
antihero,
anti-hero,
but
yeah.
it's still an enemy that Gon has to face, right? Which is incredible. And like even setting up story arcs in advance, like for Killua, literally in the Hunter exam, that we're not going to get the satisfaction of his arc till literally like 200 episodes later,
Yeah.
is insane.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong on that one. Like everything kept you hooked. Everything kept you still wanting more to watch more. Like it never felt like a moment where you really got bored. And I feel like in an anime, especially in a shonen, that's a very big thing because I would catch myself so many times like watching either Naruto at times or One
Mm.
Piece, and I've been on the exact same road and path of watching One Piece and finishing since I was in junior year. And I take my time with it because if not, I will not continue whatsoever. Richard, scale out of 1 to 10, and obviously why.
Yeah, like Norland said, because it hasn't finished yet, and there are hopes of it coming back. I would still give it like a 9 out of 10 for me. It's one of my favorite animes. I was thinking about it since you mentioned this was the topic for today, but I remember like this anime has one of the arcs that I specifically remember binging harder than almost any arc I've ever seen, and that's the Yorgnu City arc, where they're like fighting the
Oh, the tower
troop.
arc, yeah, where
Yes.
they're doing the
not the fight, not the one where they're going up the tower as they fight people. The one with the Phantom Troop,
yeah,
where
Oh,
they're
that
like
one,
terrorizing
yeah.
the city.
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, the one with Kurapika and the Phantom Troop,
Yes.
and they're trying to get the eyes.
Yeah,
Kurapika's a fucking
that
demon.
remember.
Kurapika is disgusting.
I was watching that. Yeah, I mean, Savage. That was confusing to me when I first started. but yeah, Savage right there. But yeah, awesome anime. Great characters. I feel like you could talk to anyone, and any person in this room, there's a chance that they'll have a different favorite character
Mhm.
in the anime. Like if I had to choose one, it would probably be Killua, just because I think he's freaking cool. He's badass.
Mhm.
And Loki, he has mad drip, yo. If you see how his fits throughout the show.
Yo.
Yes. It does.
That actually does beg the question. So your favorite character is Killua. Mine's Netero.
Fire.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's a Hisoka fan in here. Gone.
I have to look away. I'm so sorry.
There you go.
No, but I would say Killua for sure. Yeah.
All right, then.
Killua?
Love
Yeah.
Killua.
There's 3 kilos.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Way to
Y'all are
validate my
sheep.
point, but
Y'all are sheep.
All right, Carlos, 1 out of 10.
I have to go with Norland again, like 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I love the show. Easy recommendation. It's not as long as other shonen animes, and the arcs are pretty good. The one arc that took me a while to finish, honestly, that I didn't like it, which is why I'm giving it an 8 and not like a 9 or 10 or anything like that, is the Chimera
Do
Ant
it.
one.
Thank
I-
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hated.
Fuck that arc.
I hated that.
Oh my god.
That arc is beautiful. We're gonna argue
Shut the
about
fuck
that.
Okay.
up.
First of all,
We're
they
gonna
killed
argue.
Kite off. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
hated
dude.
that.
Yo,
Yo, that
Typhoon?
scene at the end of the episode was crazy. We just see her sitting there
Yeah, like
She's just
yeah.
like,
with the
Yeah,
hey,
the
what's
head.
up, guys? I'm just casually petting this man's fucking head.
Neferpito, yes.
yeah.
Fuck pizza, dude.
But definitely
Fuck
because of
that.
that whole arc, it took me a while to like finish the show because I was just like, I would want more out of it. It wasn't until like the king or whatever his name is, I forgot the Miriam, that they
Miriam, yeah.
introduced him.
Miriam.
And Pito, like they were like broken, but then the other two, like the butterfly, I don't know their names, right?
I forgot the name.
But the
Poof.
butterfly dude,
I think it's Poof. It's the
Poof,
name of the
yeah,
butterfly.
Poof.
P2, Poof,
And
and
then
Yuppie.
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 was
So
Yes.
Yuppie was cool, but I feel like they didn't show too much of him.
Pito was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, what was the name of their
was a specialist.
Nan ability?
She-
Oh man,
I think she was a specialist because she had like the 6. No,
No, she was a specialist. Yeah, I just forgot the name of her Nan ability. It was broken. Like
had,
she
like-
can like reconstruct
Oh, with the
anything.
oh yeah, with the
with like it was like
The puppet thing.
puppet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up. Please keep going.
But
Alright.
yeah, definitely because of that, and then the whole Netero fight, beautiful. you
Oh
know?
yeah.
yeah.
amazing.
I love that how they went into his backstory, punching like every single day until he was just way too fast. I just
Yeah,
loved
one
it.
of-
I was just like, what?
One of the best scenes was a little before that fight when they had mentioned, oh, he's gonna pull up with one of his old friends, and you
Oh.
see him falling from the sky
Mm.
with Kill's grandpa
Yeah.
in like a freaking fiery dragon. I'm like, yo, this is so badass.
The zero hand is what he does. The zero hand where he just summons Buddha's hand.
Buddha's
Oh
hand,
yeah.
I mean, okay. I mean, I will agree with you guys. I give it an 8 up until the Chimera arc, like the Chimera Ants arc, and from that point on, I give it a 7.
God damn, you guys
liked
are
it
literally
after.
haters of
I liked it
one of the best
after.
arcs.
Nah.
Nah,
It,
dude.
it was good until like the end where like Gon went through his thing, his transformation, and he was like
Big
out.
Daddy Gon.
obliterated
You know,
the
after
fuck
that,
out-
like I loved how Killua
Big
was
Daddy
like doing
Gong.
anything. Killua was just like, I will sacrifice the heavens to fix my friend. And I
Mhm.
love that. But the Chimera Ant scene,
power of friendship.
But you guys don't realize if Kite didn't die, we wouldn't have gotten that Gon scene.
Oh, I know, 100%.
Yeah,
If
we
we
would've-
didn't get the Kite could.
like Angel was saying at the beginning, no episode is really filler. Even though the beginning of the Chimera arc, a lot of time you're like, what is going on right now? What am I
It all
watching?
makes sense.
Mm.
But in the grand scheme of things, all that background was necessary to kind of figure out what was happening. The pacing could have been a little bit different, but I know that's renowned by a lot of people as like one of the greatest arcs in anime history. If you look deep into it, but
Absolutely not. We had this conversation.
I had to turn
Absolutely
around. Bro. I
not.
had to turn. I had to turn.
I mean, look, I enjoyed every other single arc in that freaking anime, but when it came to that, like I stood in the same spot that you did, where saw myself very slowly kind of walking away and kind of getting back into it, stopping and keep
Mhm.
going. I just didn't think it was as hype as how everybody told me. It's like, oh my god, dude, get to the Chimera arc. Like, no, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves the fight between Netero and Miram.
Yeah, but
But because symbolistically, it's the culmination of what the series has been coming up to the point where you realize that, hey, maybe the Hunter Association and the Hunters aren't exactly who we thought we were, right? For example, when you think of Gon as a character, he views Hunters as like the peak of society.
society.
We're good people, right? We do good things. We're here to protect and do jobs, and they do all this, right? But you realize, what the fuck, Netero, right? You're the head of these people. You're fighting this guy, and this guy is literally just blocking your attacks and saying, I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. I want peace. We don't want to fight. And fucking Netero's like, fuck you, Buddha. Right? And does like his ultimate techniques, trying to kill him, right? Literally blows himself up to try to kill him, and nothing happens. And then obviously, well, he does die because he gets poisoned, whatever. But at the same time, right, you realize, dang, the world just got bigger because of it. All the hunters aren't good, and they're not necessarily all looking for peace. And you also switch to that maybe the Chimera Ants aren't bad either. The whole thing ends up in a huge morality debate, which is
Yeah.
why people
Eh.
like it so
It's
much.
kind of the same way. You
Eh.
can see different perspectives of like everything. Like, is there such thing as good or evil? Like, who in reality is good and who is evil? In that perspective,
I mean,
that's
the only reason why I like the Chimera arc is because it just goes to show, like, because we don't know much about like the rest of the world. We only know like the humanity aspect, and obviously I think they said that the ants aren't even like part of like that. It's all like part of like the outside world.
Yeah, from the
Mhm.
dark
The
continent.
Yeah.
dark, there you
Yep.
go, the dark continent, right? And so that, like, if the anime kept on going, they probably would have shown that off. That's
Well,
probably
yeah.
the direction it was
Apparently, that's where we're
right?
going right now.
Yeah.
It's to the dark continent.
Right.
We're going to the dark continent right now. But this author really likes to play Dragon Quest and get sick. So we're not going to find out forever what's going on. We've been on a boat for the past 6 years.
yeah. We've been on a deep hiatus.
We've been on a boat for the past 6 years. And by the way, fans are going to be molding, but I'm just going to break it to everybody in this room right now. You are not going to see Gon and Killua in
Yeah,
a
I
long,
think they
In a
already
long,
announced
long
that.
time.
They already announced that. Yeah.
Yeah, because your next arc is literally
It's pure Kurapika.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
for
pure
real?
Kurapika and Phantom Troop
the
stuff.
Phantom Troop.
I'm loving it.
But yeah, no, the Phantom Troop though went hard. Crollo.
Frollo.
Crollo goes hard.
Yo.
Yeah, a lot of
Crollo
people
goes
like
hard.
him
Dude,
as
Nah, but
their favorite
Kurapika?
character, and they simp over him.
Nah.
Disrespect, bro. Kurapika just disrespected. Like, I
Oh,
don't even
the
remember
man
that guy.
carried. The man
He's
took a shovel.
shovel.
Yeah.
of fucking
Lit-
The man
so
said, "I
good.
know you're going to die today, but I'm gonna do you the decent common courtesy and bury your ass." Literally.
Literally.
All right. Like, I mean, if you had to pick an arc, 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 if you had to pick an ar and throughout the whole like, obviously through the anime, because we're not gonna get into the obviously the manga, because like, if you had to pick one arc, and the one that you found yourself enjoying the most when it came to like, damn, I can't put this down, and I gotta keep watching, what arc would that be?
The tournament arc right
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tournament arc, because I love the Hunter exam. Hunter exam was
The
good.
Hunter exam was fantastic.
Right, I thought it was incredible, but it wasn't enough to be me like, oh yeah, like I would watch a couple episodes, stop for like a week or two, watch a couple episodes, stop for a week or two. Then they went to the whole saving Killua after he killed the random guy, and they got him back from his house. I'm like, okay, this is good or whatever, right? But when they split up to all do their separate shit, and they went to that, and they're like, hey, let's make some money, and they go to that tower to just level up, and then when we find out about Nen, I'm like, okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
Okay.
Nen really opened everything up, and you're like, okay, now we're gonna see some wacky fucking powers. And it's
Yeah.
not till, and this is how good this author is at setting up everything. It's not till we get to Greed Island where we see the fruition of that Nen conversation happen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's literally over 100 chapters later.
Green Island
100
was
episodes.
enjoyable.
What happened?
Green Island was enjoyable.
That is, I think it's the weakest arc in all of Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter.
Really?
I think it's the weakest.
I still enjoyed
like
it.
it a
like,
I just like the ending,
I-
the dodgeball thing.
the
The ending
dodgeball
was
was
good.
fun, yo.
I think it was
But I felt there were a
badass.
lot of slow points. in
Greed
Greed Island.
Island.
Yeah, I felt there were a lot of slow points, but it's still good. That, like, here's where I fall. I don't think there's a bad arc in Hunter x Hunter.
I agree.
No, there is. It's the Chimera Ants arc.
But even then, you still watched it.
I mean, I was forced to. Like, I can't just drop it and not watch it. Like, it's kind of like
You're already
going.
hooked in. You know, he hooked you in. Just
Yeah,
so you
you
can
know.
go through the worst.
I don't know,
They-
it introduced a lot of cool characters in Knuckle and Shoot, right?
Yeah.
Again, I liked it. It expanded the world a lot.
The tournament
But still,
arc
I
was
don't.
always fun.
In my opinion, I don't think there's a bad arc in Hunter x Hunter.
You're not wrong. It's not
Yeah.
like a bad arc. It's just like if we're gonna go on like the least, I still preferred Greed Island over like the Chimera Ants
Fair.
arc.
I would rather watch the Chimera arc 100 times over than in Naruto watch them all those fillers and have them fight all the reanimated Seven Swordsmen of the Mist for like 60
Sounds
for
pretty
60
cool.
Yo,
episodes.
chill.
Some of
Watching
the
my boy
fillers are, like,
Naruto
pretty
start
dope.
smiling every single day. Like, yo, chill.
Date bayo.
Date bayo.
Talk no jutsu. Let me beat everybody by saying, you don't have to be evil. We could be friends. You could turn on you Leaf. Get it? Leaf
Alright.
Village.
But if you're not wrong. I will agree with you. I think I had the most enjoyable time watching Hunter x Hunter on when it was the tournament arc. I feel like there was like, I don't know, it somewhat reminded me of Dragon Ball in some type of way, but a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like it kept me hooked. It gave me all the action that was needed. It gave me all the storytelling that I needed, and it was just, I don't know, like it was by far I think the best arc. The Hunter exam one was okay. Like, it was good, but it still wasn't as good. And then I will agree, Greed Island did kind of slow its pace down.
Yeah.
But it was still something that I caught myself like, oh, you know what? It's a slower like turn of events, but I'm still watching every episode and I'm still enjoying what they're going through, what they're doing. And it ended up being, Haikyuu at the end of it, but it was fantastic though.
Dude, they used the power of bungee gum. Did you
Yo,
know
that-
these
yo,
are
yo.
gum? As the properties of rubber and gum.
Who do you think by far is the strongest character in the whole anime?
It was Netero. And then we saw where that got him.
So,
I feel like-
post transformation Gon is
Even then, apparently Netero was stronger.
that's crazy.
Oh, for
That's-
real?
But they
Apparently,
fucking
even Netero was
obliterated like
stronger.
Pito. He was like,
Yeah,
fuck
For
you,
real.
fuck you.
With his own hand, he's like, disrespect. Psh.
that was crazy because when after he transforms, you hear Peter say, "I think he surpassed even the power of
Yeah, Miram.
Meruem."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And Miram was obviously better than Netero, so.
Yeah. So where does that
Little
stand?
ladders, yo.
Nolan?
Where does that stand? I don't know.
Where does that
I
stand,
honestly think that we would have no idea because that power literally lasted him like what 45 seconds.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. And
all
then
he
after
needed,
that,
no,
man
he
was
didn't-
like,
he
a
didn't
fuck
need
that.
And he was literally on critical life support until Killua got his sister to like bring him back to life with like some form of devil magic.
Most
I have no
insane.
You know what just went through my mind?
With some satanic
With some
ritual.
satanic shit.
You know what went through my mind?
I-
I was like, Gon literally turned into the mother of this older lady from SpongeBob. It's like, what? what is he selling? That's literally
Yeah,
what he looked
yeah.
like. He's like,
What? Chocolate? What do you say? Chocolate. I
That's
always
amazing.
hated it.
that's literally what Gong looked like. Like I'm. What?
I know some people would say Crollo is one of the stronger characters
I
as
feel
well.
like we didn't get a chance to see.
Yeah, exactly. We
We
didn't get to
didn't.
see it a lot, but was
We really
he
didn't.
could copy
But-
other people's.
no,
He
but
could
still.
none of it. He
steal
can
men
steal.
techniques,
Yeah.
steal them,
Yeah,
so
that's-
you wouldn't be able to
That's
use them
pretty
anymore.
OP.
All right, but if any of you have gotten to the fight scene with Hisoka,
I read that.
I
and
know.
Crollo.
I know what
I read
happens.
that.
Crollo did not hesitate or have mercy
Yeah.
on Hisoka
At all.
all.
He was. I mean, he was happy. Hisoka was like the happiest, you know. He was just
Because Hisoka's on top of being a pedophile, he's fight sexual.
Bro, that was
fight sexual.
bro. That was one of the most one of the most hilarious scenes in the entire show. Is when you think that you're gonna see Hisoka fight Crollo, and then he pulls up
And
to
the
his
man
place and he's
goes-
like, "I lost my beliefs." And then you just see Hisoka like. he gets back on the plane or whatever they were on. He's like, "All right, let's
He
go."
literally fucking turned around and was like,
He's like, I
Fuck.
joined this stupid fucking gang for one reason and one reason
it
only.
was to fight
and it was
your
to
ass.
fight your
And now you're fucking telling me that I can't do that? Bro, oh my god. That shit was funny. I forgot about that. Oh
That was
my
good.
god. But I mean I think out of all the characters in the Phantom Troop though, even as much as my body cringes to admit this, I will give it to Hisoka. Because
he's like the strongest member of the Phantom. One of the strongest members.
yeah,
of the
because
Phantom Troop.
look, I
But he's also
feel
very
obviously
smart. Like
yeah.
the way he uses his
The way
abilities
he-
aren't like next level. Like they're not crazy at all.
but the way that he uses them
Mhm.
makes it like that fucking crazy.
Like the way he used them against the
That's
the butler and in the tournament,
Yeah.
but
And then
yeah.
yo,
the butler with the coins and how he
yeah.
Yeah.
that was brutal.
all right. But now, if I were to ask you guys, if there was one thing that you can honestly like, obviously making it come back, make it be like 10 times better. But if there was something that I can ask, like in the meantime, in the anime, that you would have 100% changed to that you think they would have made it even better than what you guys think it is, like to give it a higher rating, what would it be?
Eliminate the Chimera arc. No.
Yeah, Carl's trying to trigger Northern.
I know Carlos is trying
Nolan's like, get this motherfucker out of here.
That's a good question. It's really hard because everything is really well written
I
and
know,
really well
that's why.
done, right? Maybe take out the pedophilia from Hisoka.
But that's what
And you have a
makes him
better
the most lovable, bro.
I know, right?
You know, it's just like his love for Gon.
Oh, that just brought me back to that scene while in Green Island. He's, oh my god, they're like walking in front, and he's just like, and then like you just see
he's like,
Gon and Killua be like,
children."
start fucking shaking, and they're like, the fuck? Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Or when Gon hits him in the tournament,
yes.
and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and I'm like, I was like, when I first saw that, I'm like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, like okay,
Yeah, I feel
I
like
get
put
it.
it down
That's his
and come
point
back.
of the. I get that's the point of the character is to make you uncomfortable. But Togashi, why?
I know, like he literally said, I'm gonna make this fucking clown love Gon's ass. Like I'm just gonna, I'm gonna add that right there. It's like,
Like,
hey
do
yo,
you, do you remember the
hey, yo,
Hunter
hey,
Gam?
yo, hey yo.
Do you remember the Hunter Gam when Gong steals Hisoka's badge?
Yes.
The face he makes, and it's like zoomed in, like his eyes and mouth are like blacked out or something. I was like, oh god.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I just really didn't find I agree with you on that though. Like I know it's what makes Hisoka, but at the same time it's like I feel like the show could have done like good without it.
I just think it's funny how like you have Gon and Killua who are like kind of like the same size of the coin, but then you have like older brother that like also loves Killua. And then when
Illumi? Oh my
Hisoka was like,
God.
"I'm gonna kill him or hit him or whatever," he's like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
like his
Illumi's
hair goes like, yeah, you know?
It's like, only I can fuck with him.
Yeah. And I won't touch Gon if you don't touch Killua, like that basically.
But yeah, so you think that's what
yeah, get rid of the pedophilia. I think it'll be better.
okay. I can agree with that. Like I feel like it would have made him more of a loving character as opposed to just kind of like
Creep?
weirding you out, but it's like you're badass, but I don't know if to root for you.
It's kind of weird because like you know the
'Cause what-
pedophilia is like obviously it's weird, right? But the fact that like that pushes him to want Gon to get better because like he's always pushing Gon to like the next level, the next level. Like, I see the potential in you, and that's why he's so like
He's
into
using,
him.
He's using his pedalness as a training tool.
literally no, but literally that's what it is. Like in the tournament, he's like not letting Gon like hit him, and the minute that Gon actually goes above and beyond and hits him, he's like, okay, like I like this shit, you know. and then every time, and then the tournament, the dodgeball game, where like
Stop
like,
trying to justify his
I know,
pedophilia.
but it's funny because
Carlos,
that's
this
what
is
it
live. This is recorded on the internet. Be careful with what
Bro,
you say.
that's what I was about to say. I'm like, he's trying so hard to
Trying to, like, just,
justify
like,
the
bother
You
Naruto the
realize-
most.
you
Stop
realize
trying
that-
to make pedophilia work, Carlos.
you realize that Hisoka could have done that and pushed them to like do even greater without the pedophilia, but you're here like
It's
it was the
true.
pedophilia. That shit was
Bro,
the one that pushed them to the next level.
Imagine Hisoka saw Gon when he hit his final form against
Oh
P2.
my god.
This dude would have.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
coma.
This dude would have fainted.
No,
no,
Or
wait,
gone in a coma.
No, he wouldn't have like Gon anymore because Gon looked like an adult.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
you're right.
There you go. You're right. Turn the other cheek.
No.
He would have been like, I want to fight you, but I don't want to fuck you anymore.
All right. Let's move on, please.
Yo, okay. Richard, what would you change about this to make your rating go higher?
Jesus Christ.
I don't even want to hear what
Um,
Carlos has to say after this.
I mean, like I said before, it is one of my favorite animes. Not too much I would change about it. Something super small, I guess. I feel like we could have had more epic moments of Gon using his powers. Not like when he was like super transformed, but like in his kid form. I feel like we had more epic moments from Killua, at least that I remember.
I 100% agree.
Rock.
Yeah, like
First comes Rock.
Here comes
Oh,
Rock.
yeah.
John Kenku, bro.
It's like, dude, 20 seconds have passed and this dude still hasn't finished saying rock, paper, scissors. Like,
First comes
like come
Rock.
on.
It goes back to it's like he's getting interrupted. It's like first come Rock.
Yeah.
I feel like Tagashi really has a preference in Killua in that sense because Killua's powers are like incredible. They're
Oh.
super manual. He can change them
yeah.
like left and right, do whatever he wants, and then
Let's not forget he went Super Saiyan.
yeah, literally Godspeed. And then you have Gon that's like, I can make my fist stronger.
Rook.
Yeah. Like the first time I heard about Hunter x Hunter, it was just on Twitter. Someone retweeted it, and it was like still one of the most badass scenes in anime history. And it was a scene where, at the beginning of the anime, where Killua just walks by this guy and he takes his heart
Oh
out.
yeah.
Oh
that's
my
when, like,
god.
he's
It's
leaving
like the
Yeah.
first test.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Bro, because Killua gave no fucks and still gives no fucks. Like, he's obviously a kid, but at the same time, must fuck you up growing up
Yeah.
to be an assassin. Like, yo.
Yo, for real, like how he was like,
and he was
basically
still like a
tortured.
little bit nerfed too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because he had the like
the mind
something-
control, yeah, from
exactly.
Illumi.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though. Yeah, I mean, I also feel like we barely got to see too much of Killua's, like true form of power.
Mhm.
But obviously, for, given the
We got
reasons-
close to it right at the
But we got
end when
close.
he helped the sister escape from the house. But other than that,
But doesn't like his ability, if I remember correctly, doesn't it actually hurt him? So that's why he doesn't use it all the time. Because it is electricity and it's hurting his body. He's just used to it
I think
because
something like
of the
that.
Something
training
like
that he
that, yeah.
went
Sounds
through when he
right.
was younger.
I don't know because I think it's weird because they say that, but again, we see other transmuters because that's
Mhm.
what he's a transmuter,
Right.
right? When that abilities where they can create and transmute something, not affect them. So I have no idea because also when he fights the electric guy, he's like, I have an
Mm.
electric immunity. He said
Yeah.
immunity,
Mm.
so it's really fucking weird. I don't know. It might be maybe the author retcon something,
Not-
but
yeah, I don't.
Was it electric immunity?
I
or
wouldn't say
poison
like immunity, but
He was
I think
immune
he's
to it, like-
resistant, isn't he?
I think he
Like, he's
resists
resistant.
poisons and he's immune to
Okay.
electricity.
Well,
I don't know.
I guess.
It's
One or
also
the
not dude. The reason he's able to do that is because of his fucking 12-pack, dog. Chill. Like that's the main reason
is
he can
ripped.
withstand.
Underneath that drip, bro.
I love how his neckbeard otaku brother was torturing him, and then he's like, "Let him go," and he's like, "Okay,"
Okay.
and he just gets down.
But yeah, no, like it would have been a lot cooler to see him kind of just continue. It's like I even thought like Godspeed Killua was like fucking
Yeah,
peak,
amazing.
and
Yeah.
like what's the move he does where he's just walking in a fucking circle and do you see his fucking like
Like double
image?
teams.
Yeah, it's like a half step something.
Like
It's
a-
it's,
yeah.
it's,
Kinda clone.
yeah, he
Yeah.
changes the way he walks. The first time, the only time they use it by name is in the Hunter exam, but he uses it a bunch.
Bro, the first time I saw that shit, I was like, there you go. That's what makes you fucking badass. I wish, you know,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, like another dope scene was where they're fighting some Chimerans, and Kai tells him, "Oh, this isn't the time to hold back." And you see him like you think he gets bodied by a Chimeran, and then a second later you're from the Chimeran's point of view, and you see the camera turn
Oh,
upside down.
yeah.
Just because he like broke her neck. That was awesome.
that was a good one.
Awesome. Breakneck's awesome.
Yeah, 11-year-old committing murder.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Oh.
Killing insects. Let's
Uh,
go.
Hey, never mind. I'm not gonna.
All right, but like, all right, Carlos.
I think they could dive more into like the abilities because they like, for example, I really like Kite as a character. I kind of hate how they killed him off too easily, and like he had like that scheme where like whatever number it lands on, it's like a different
With
whatever.
a scythe, yeah.
Yeah.
But not even just that, like Gone, like he mostly always uses rock. I think there's only like 1 or 2 scenes that he uses like scissors or whatever. And I don't even know. I don't think he's ever used the paper. I guess I would assume he has paper.
Dude, because nothing can beat rock.
I mean, I guess it's true.
Rock.
But honestly, he just tries to punch his way through all his problems like Saitama.
Hey, yeah, but one. I love one.
kind of like Luffy or something, like, you know.
Yeah, no. If Luffy can't,
no, rock paper scissors.
But I think other than that, like I love the story, but I feel like in every character, even I like Phaeton from like the Phantom whatever they're called.
Yeah,
It's,
he's dope.
Yeah, like
That's the dude with the.
like they
Yeah,
when
he
they
wears the
summon
thing like
yeah.
a dude.
yeah, that guy when he summoned like the sun, and then he's just there like in his armor, and then it's like that's it. I was just like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty cool. But they didn't show more, and
They
I'm just like,
didn't.
it makes it ended. It
wait
was
till you
just
get
like-
to the boat. There's more Phantom Troop stuff.
I mean, I get that, but it's just like for now. you
For
know?
now, yeah. Until the anime comes back in like 4 years, 5 years, 6
Yeah.
years, maybe 10 years.
Pain.
Because yeah, I think the studio that did it is the same studio that does My Hero now, and they're
Really?
not gonna stop animating My Hero till it's over.
All right, this last season of My Hero was horrible. But that's
I mean, it's a build up, you know what's coming.
I know, I know.
You know
My
what's coming. You
Hero.
know.
The one that
I'm-
just ended.
Yeah.
yeah.
I need to
Fam,
catch up. I'm like,
Fam, I'm
a
caught
little
up
bit
with
behind.
My Hero, and I think
Oh.
I regret being caught up with My Hero.
With the manga or like the
The manga. It's gotten.
I like it.
Yeah, we're in the final arc, and it's.
It's mid.
It's alright. I like it.
Yeah, it's like if is it the best? No. Is it great? Not really.
At first, I enjoyed it. At first, I really did.
it was good at the beginning. It was refreshing, and then
It
it just
was.
got kind of
And then I got-
repetitive.
Outplayed, and I'm
I
like,
can't wait.
It's kind of like Black Clover in that sense. I'm gonna surpass my limits.
Oh yeah, every time.
Every arc.
don't ever shit talk.
If
about
I have to
Clover,
hear
will.
Asta surpass his limits one more time,
Yeah, but chill. Asta's a badass main character.
Bro, my boy tried getting me into it, and he's like, only thing is, this kid doesn't stop screaming for like the first 15 episodes. I'm like,
It gets better. It
I'm
gets
like,
better.
it can't be that bad. And he shows me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching
here's
it.
my impression of Asta.
That's
Thank you.
pretty accurate.
Oh my
I think
God.
it was a 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
But I feel like if I would change something, I will agree with Nolan. It is Nolan. Norlin. It's the pedophilia. I think that I feel like they could have done still as great as they did without it. Obviously, I really wouldn't push too far to say it was funny because like if you really think about it, it's kind of like, why the fuck is this here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like was this really needed for Gon to go to the next level?
It's a
I
unique
don't-
characteristic to give to
And
an anime.
I am sorry, I will not stand behind every single motherfucker who goes, I love Hisoka. That's
Red flags, red
And I'm
flags.
like,
Like his songs, like
you either one are a pedophile or
you're a Discord mod.
you're- but yeah, no, like I don't know. I believe that we could have done so much more about it, and I do think that the pacing in the Chimera Ants arc could have been a bit better. It was very slow to me.
Yeah,
in
it was
my
a little
opinion.
slow in the beginning with Kite. They should have killed him off sooner.
Goodbye.
All right, podcast.
over.
Nolan's
guys,
opinions.
This was
not
my
valid.
last time on the podcast. It was nice knowing you. You're gonna find me in the dumpster behind a Wendy's.
I'm gonna do you what they did to Kite. Yeah, chill. I didn't mean that. Because then if someone does do that to him, I'm gonna go to jail now. But yeah, no, I feel like that they could have done a lot better. Like the pacing wise to that arc, it got very slow, and that's I feel like why I also kind of just like stepped off from it for a while because I was like, all right, cool. Where the fuck is this going? Like, I know it was all like valid and like, actually purposeful, but I kind of like the same way with the arc with Doflamingo in One Piece, where it's like super slow.
What? You're dissing probably one of the top 3
No,
arcs in all of One Piece.
I'm not dissing it. I'm not dissing it. I love that arc. I just think that like the actual spacing of it and the way that it's managed, it could have been better.
Okay.
I'm not. Doflamingo is one of the
You
most.
can't. You can't. That's like literally
Chill.
top 3
Chill,
arcs.
I know.
It's probably the second best arc after
I know.
Wano.
Doflamingo's a
Mm.
badass
They're
fucking
Wano.
villain. Like
Yeah,
that
it's
whole
like-
arc is cool. I
it's
just think
Cake Island.
like the pacing for it
Yeah, it's
could have been
Cake
better.
Island. It's I forget the name of that arc, and then it's Wano.
Wano.
I forget the
I've
name.
yet
of the
to
one.
take the dive into the One Piece
Oh,
universe.
fun fact, Richard. I've never seen or have read a single chapter
But
of
he's
One
caught
Piece.
up.
All this is secondhand knowledge I've received from my friend that is
Interesting.
obsessed with One Piece.
It's
I'm
it's.
sure I will one day, but dude, that's such a commitment.
Yeah.
I split it up like
At
that,
this
but-
point, just read it.
Yeah,
It'll
I would
probably be
read it.
faster.
But yeah, no, I mean that I feel is the one thing that they could have done a little bit better, and it's just the pacing in the last arc. If they would have done that, I would have given it a solid 9, but because of that, it's just it sits there at a solid like 8, 7 if you include the Chimera and arc. But yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm gonna go back to say what I said before. It does beat all its competitors out in the same market.
oh, 100%.
Right?
We
Eh,
spoke about this.
Yeah, in terms of like other like battle shonens, it really has it beat out. Like it is it better than Dragon Ball? Yeah. Is it better than Naruto? Yeah. Right. It's just it's an incredibly well written piece of work, and it's a testament to anybody that watches Hunter x Hunter enjoys it.
Okay.
Right. I have yet to meet a single person that has seen Hunter x Hunter and be like, yo, that shit was whack. Right. Everybody that has seen at least an episode or a little bit of Hunter x Hunter was like, hey, it's enjoyable. Right. As of like Naruto, some people are like, fucking hate that guy. Right. Some people are Bleach just like, why is this guy a walking idiot? One Piece is like, oh great, the women's proportions are all off. So on and so forth, right? So I don't know. It's just a lot of that. I think that's what makes Hunter x Hunter so good. It's literally like everybody likes it.
It's crazy because I feel like the most core memory I have of like Hunter x Hunter before I even ever watched Hunter x Hunter, and it was on my list, was when I went to New York my junior year of high school with my family as my father's gift for his birthday. And after I got off the plane, we got to the hotel and I knocked out. And they decided to leave me at the hotel by myself. And they went to like Times Square and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is
Oh
this?
my
Like,
God.
am I not part of the family? And then
Huh.
I remember my family, my mom was still awake. Everybody else was sleeping. And my mom goes, oh, we brought you Olive Garden. And I'm like, oh, cool. You guys went to go eat too. So
could've gotten
everybody
that in
else,
Miami.
yeah, bro. I'm like, everybody else went to sleep, and I was there just like heating up my my 5 cheese Ziti al forno.
Dude, this is really sad.
This is a core
No,
memory.
this is
for
a
you.
really
It is a core
sad
memory because
story.
that's how like fucking vivid it is. And then I remember heating it up in the little freaking microwave, and I went to go sit down on the like edge of the bed, and it's the fight scene with Kurapika and
Vogo.
yes, and I'm like,
5 in the morning.
I don't know what's going. No, I was like 2, bro. Like I didn't sleep the whole day, like the whole night. I mean, and then I was like, this is interesting actually. Like I never like it never piqued my interest before as much, and I was like, this
You
is
decided
cool.
to sleep instead of going to Times Square is what I got from that story.
Yeah, but like that's like the one thing. Like if you mention Hunter x Hunter, I'll always go back to that memory of like just sitting in the corner of the bed eating pasta and going, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. That is literally my core definition of Hunter x Hunter for me. And then I watched it during quarantine, like fully. So
Fire.
Oh, then you must have really liked the Daichi mo chumeshimete.
yo,
Kimi
the-
wa matamate yuku.
Yo, also we can't let this podcast end without mentioning the GOAT Hunter x Hunter character, Leorio.
Oh, bro, I was about to mention that one of my biggest pop-off moments in all of Hunter x Hunter is when he punched Jing in the face.
Bro, yes, they hyped Jing
Oh,
up so
yeah.
much, and he looked like an average dude for the most part. and then
just a guy.
and then Leorio like punched him with no regrets.
And everybody in the Hunter Association was like,
yes.
because Jing's a huge asshole. But he had it coming. That was satisfying. I was like, I
That
stood up.
was-
I'm like, yeah, like I popped off.
All right. Since you brought us to our final topic, actually, and I don't know, does that count as your pop off?
That is 100% my pop off.
All right. So we're gonna go straight to Richard, as it being the last topic that we speak about on today's episode. It is our pop off moment. Richard, what is your pop off moment?
This is a tough one. I already touched on a bunch of different ones during this episode, so I'll touch on a character that we didn't get to see too much of. But Killua's dad, I remember I think he went to link up with the grandpa after the
Crawler fight.
after a Cruella fight, or not after a Cruella fight, after Netero took Meruem far away, and then the grandpa stayed behind, and then the cheetah that had been annoying for like 30 episodes, this dude just pulls up and basically steps on it like nothing and just leaves it like there. So I think that's an underrated pop off moment for me. But
Okay.
the one that really piqued my interest, like I said, was Killua ripping this guy's heart out.
Yeah.
And that's one of the scenes that hooked me on the anime, and it was pretty early in it.
Okay. Carlos.
I think it was when Killua was like fighting Yuppie or whatever his name is, like the red red dude, and like he's just there like, what's going on? He's just like taking hits, but like not affecting him. But he's like, I can't see him, and I'm just here like, damn. And then he's just taking it in. Like it was like so cool, and he's just like, I can do this. And it's just like I feel like Killua pops off like in like almost every arc, and especially when he was like chasing to go find Gon, and he was just like running as fast as he can. I feel like it wasn't like a fight scene, but just the fact that like he was trying to get there as fast as he could. You know, I just think that that's why Killua was such like a top tier character in that anime. Yeah.
Mine's for any anime is always kind of when like the characters tend to have this like massive boost of fucking power, which is fucking badass to me, and I'm like at the edge of my seat, like yes. Same fight with Yuppie. When you see he's talking and kind of going downhill, and you see his fucking hair go
Yeah.
zoom, and I'm like, that was satisfying. The
Yeah.
amount of satisfaction I got from just like, this man is gonna butt a fuck
Yeah.
shit.
Like, you know,
up.
you're just watching
you
it,
just
and you
watch,
see
like,
it, and you smile.
like,
You're like, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're
That's
about to
the
get
good
your
stuff.
fucking shit
Yeah.
clapped. Like that to me is always like kind of the same way how like My Hero was, where he goes like into, what is it? It's like
One for all.
Full
one-
cowling.
full cowling
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
like 1,000,000%, and then he,
Oh yeah.
Oh, when he bites muscular, yeah,
yeah.
that was a good one.
That was-
Yeah. So kind of the same thing. So, and the fact that he was just so nonchalant about it, he's like, "You're fucked," and it's just Godspeed Killua. So I thought that was my pop off moment for the whole
Yeah.
type of thing. I just noticed that it was 3 Killua motherfuckers, and you over here with like,
It's a great scene. Well, I can whip out Zero Han Netero if you like.
oh okay, yeah.
Okay.
Zero Han Netero was a beautiful. Richard mentioned it earlier, the dragon dive that he did with Zeno. Yeah,
Amazing.
incredible. There's a bunch of moments that you're like, God damn.
And you know what's funny? I was at work in the break room, and Melanie was watching it on the computer. I'm like,
What?
yeah, I was like,
That's-
what the fuck? And then
That's
it was the Chimera Ant arc, and then she was like watching it, and I'm like, I walked past and I was like, fuck you, and I just walked away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but she was like, what? And then I explained it after, but I wasn't gonna ruin it for her. So
You know, I want to mention another scene. It was like the scene when.
no, sorry, we're cut for time. Bye guys. Now I'm kidding. Go Carlos.
Man, I don't know. To me, I like thinking about it because like I feel like the Chimera arc, even though like we hate on it so much. Sorry, Norland. But there's like
Not
so
sorry.
many
Go right
good
ahead.
like like where they're leveling up little by little on that one, especially like with Killua was like fighting and he's getting like sniped at and he's just like figuring it out.
Oh, with the
Yes.
Remember that?
octopus guy.
Yeah. Oh
and he's
my
like he
God.
like has to stop it like right there.
Yeah,
And
he,
it's like
he
you
like
think, like,
calculates
he's-
it
yeah.
perfectly to like.
Like
Yeah,
I think
that was
that
sick.
one was sick. I'll also give another one to like the chameleon guy who goes invisible, where he was like
Oh,
they were
yes.
trying to
Yeah.
infiltrate and like he sees Yuppie and he's like holding his breath and I'm here like what's
When
going on?
they were at the staircase for
Yeah,
like 5
that one.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 5. Yeah. I don't know. I like those little scenes, even though
Yeah, those
art
are
sucks.
super enjoyable.
All right. Well, I guess that about wraps up today's episode. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming out and speaking your. Even though your opinion is wrong about the Chimera ants arc.
Yeah, really funny
Okay.
enough, all your pop off moments were from the Chimera ants. So
Damn. I'm with Northern.
I'll agree with you. But
we'll give you that one.
we'll give you that one. We'll give you that one.
You know.
But as a whole, fuck you. Nah, but yeah, I think everything was pretty valid, and I hope to catch you guys on the next episode.
thank
you guys.
you.
For sure.
Peace out.
See ya.